We're here with the Trade Commissioner from Poland, all the way from Canberra, Rafa Jarosz. Rafa, always great to see you. How are you?
Thank you. I'm doing well. Always happy to be in Melbourne and enjoying the good atmosphere, good weather, and good people around.
Fantastic. Now, you've got a delegation of Polish companies out here for this event, the APAC Wind and Energy Conference. Let's talk about that.
So the APAC was actually recommended by the government of State of Victoria. So they were the one that approached us and really encouraged us to come and be part of this amazing event. It's a regional event. So there's a delegation from Denmark and Poland. So two international delegations that came to this event. From Europe, we are very much interested in looking at Australia as a place really to do business in the offshore wind. Poland is a little bit ahead of Australia, so we are building currently our first plants, the offshore plants, and we've got a plan to have around 11 gigawatts of the offshore till 2040, as I remember well. So there's a lot of expertise in Poland, especially from the small and medium businesses that offer a lot of niche kind of services and products. We've got 6 of them this time here with us, so you'll have a chance to talk to them. And so there's a lot of interest and potential. We are far away from each other, but we can learn a lot, and we're on the same journey really to build the offshore wind as one of the kind of a key elements to build a net zero economy.
Yeah, wonderful. And I think this is where Australia, we've got such a big geographical landmass, so much opportunity. There's a big drive for all the states and territories to embrace new technology. And as you said, Rafa, the Polish companies have got great expertise. They're a bit more advanced. They can bring that expertise and do some great partnership opportunities here.
Yes, and this is not only in the offshore wind sector. So we are very diverse economy. This year we just kind of concluded the Fine Food Conference. We are just about to have the International Astronautical Congress. We are bringing almost 15 companies from the space sector. Later on, we've got the IMARC, which is the mining conference. We've got another 10 big major Polish companies coming really to learn about the opportunities in the critical mineral sector. We also will be having a maritime conference later this year with another kind of a group of Polish businesses coming and looking for the opportunities. So as you see, there is a lot of different opportunities, different sectors that Poland look at. Even this year, as I mentioned, you see there is some opportunities. So we really look at Australia very differently nowadays. It's not a country that is only far away from Europe and a country that is very exotic and beautiful to visit. But there's a lot of untapped opportunities, business opportunities, both for the trade and investment side.
Yeah, beautiful, great opportunities that are very diverse, as you mentioned and pointed out there, Rafa. I think the other great thing is that Australia now, only last week, have announced a big push for market diversification for both inbound and outbound. And I think the federal government are really keen to promote alternative markets like Poland. So you must be happy about that as well.
I am, and that's exactly what Poland also represents. Remember that we talk about the 14 largest economy in Australia globally, $1.7 trillion economy in US dollars, and then you talk about the 20 largest economy, which is Poland, more than $1 trillion US dollars. So you talk about two very big economies. Poland is very diverse, and that's what we really have been built on. We've got 98% of the Polish economy has been built by the small and medium businesses, very diverse in terms of the sectors. We're quite a big manufacturing hub in Poland, so which is actually a great news to our Aussie friends, right? Because that's what the Aussies struggle to build the manufacturing sector. We can support it. We are very advanced in terms of production facilities, production capabilities that Poland represents. So in terms of this diversification, I do strongly believe that Poland and Australia has a lot to offer. In terms of trade, as I said, the trade is quite not what we are expecting from such a big economies. So now, as I understand, as I remember well, the trade is around, we export to Australia around 1.2 billion US dollars. Australia to Poland, half of this amount. So you can imagine that there is a lot of untapped trade and investment opportunities between our countries.
Well, I think there's a lot of room for growth, as he's pointed out, and you're a perfect man to help really emphasise these opportunities to the Australian sectors right across. And I know you're very busy doing a lot of trade shows, and you mentioned there's a lot still yet to come here in 2025, and I'm sure even more in 2026. So thank you for spending some time with us out of the busy schedule here at the APAC Summit for wind energy, and congratulations on all the work you're doing with the Trade Commission and the Polish Investment Trade Agency.
Yes, thank you for having me, Lawrence. Thank you.
Thanks, Chris. We're here with the Polish trade delegation, and I'm joined by Tomasz Leszewski, who's here with part of the APAC Wind Energy Conference. Thomas, great to meet you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting.
So Thomas, tell us about your company, the Competency Center.
New Competency Center is a company which was established several years ago because here in Poland, in Europe, we have we suffered with the lack of a workforce, right? In terms of transshipment in ports, and also we started developing offshore wind farms on the Baltic Sea, right? So that was the main reason that we faced with a shortage of the people and faced with the huge, gigantic investment in those areas.
Yeah, well, it makes sense. I think that the people see this amazing technology, but it still needs people to put them together. So that it's great that you're training those individuals to be part of this sector. What do you see as the opportunities here in Australia for this type of training as well?
I think that there are many similarities between Polish and European situation and Australian. Why? Because I strongly believe that the people, workers, are the main resource, our main, jewelry, right?
Yeah.
Because our hands and our minds can do everything, but we need to first give them information that there is a lot of opportunities in our industry, right? And the second, give them the tools how to learn, how to achieve new skills and new qualifications.
Yeah, wonderful. And how's it been at the conference the last few days? Are you happy that you met a lot of great people here? Have you enjoyed the opportunity?
Yeah, there's a lot of fantastic people we met 2 last days, and among them the people who want very, very open-minded,
Yep.
right? From the first, they want to cooperate. That's the second. It's so promising for us that I can see a lot of bright future. I would say maybe it's populistic. No, this is a reality. So. Believe me, that's for example, this is a sample that we can do together more and bring the dream come true, right?
Well, that's exciting because I think, as you said, that Baltic Sea success, you've already proven that how it can work over there in Europe. Australia is on a new journey. They're still sort of very much at the early days. So it's great to have people with your expertise to come and be part of that and offer your knowledge and support.
Yeah, sure. We started to do our center from the scratch. So it means that we can do anywhere with the right people. For sure we will find them here. We already find. So we can start with a good position.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, Thomas. Thanks for coming out all the way from Poland here to Australia. Congratulations on the work you're doing with the centre, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of companies here in Australia keen to talk to you for the future.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Thomas.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're here with Christoffelsz. Chris, you wear 2 very important hats as part of this Polish trade delegation. Let's start with the association and the industry first, and then let's dive into the diving solutions a bit later as well.
Oh yes, basically I'm here as a vice president of a Polish offshore wind industry chamber because as a based on the Polish experiences with developing offshore wind projects, we decided that it's very important to gather and prepare a catalog of skills of a national industry that can contribute to the chain of supply of wind farms. Basically, building a wind farm is just a half of a story. because building a wind farms create a cash flow, and with the cash flow, basically, you have a unique opportunity if you are a developed country with the industry that's looking for a niche that is not already occupied, to build your industry about it and then export it, conquer the world. So we've done it in Poland. We gathered 170 of Polish companies that were working with different levels of experience with offshore wind projects, and then we are going worldwide, proposing those solutions and sharing our experiences with the industry, even down under.
Fantastic. Well, I'm sure everyone's really excited to talk to you and the association. 170 members. Australia is very much new onto this journey of wind farms, and I'm sure they're really embracing the expertise you can offer. What's been your takeaway of the conference so far?
Yeah, well, it is really vibrant place. You know, I really looking in this conference in the moment where we were 5 minutes to midnight, and this is sort of a case over here. Australia obviously have wonderful conditions to develop offshore wind, because you have a substantial amount of water around you, which is a foundation of success for this industry. Austria, for example, is very limited in this case, but Australia, it's a spot on. So I think it's a solutions for you, and this is a kind of a responsibility for a planet. We basically moving away from the fossil fuel, not necessarily right now just drop everything and run away, because this is still research that we can use, but we need to think about moving on, about the way forward, about the future generations. If we have solutions that can basically provide us energy from wind, from sun, squeeze it out of the clouds, that's the way to go. We in Poland have a big problem, obviously, with the Russian aggression on the Ukraine, that reshuffle energy market. We cannot rely on the gas, on the oil, on everything as the most of Europe. So we need to find another path. Obviously, the renewables were a path for us. It was crucial not only for our businesses, but for our safety. And having an industry that provides reasonably priced energy without the fuel, without oil wars and everything that goes behind it, seems like a song of future that is happening now.
Yeah, it's beautifully said, Chris. I think Australia share those values and the goals to really move and transition smartly, as you say, to a greener future and greener energy. So, wonderful work there, and I'm really excited to make sure that your industry association starts to develop more and more relationships and opportunities between Australia. Now let's talk about the Baltic diving solutions, because obviously that's an important part of your other hat as well, and I'm sure that there's opportunities for that entity as well here in Australia as well.
It's kind of the same hat, because we're representing in the industrial chamber the industry, which is our company. So Baltic Diving Solution is a company based on my experience, mostly as an offshore diver worldwide for the oil and gas industry. So long story short, for many years I was an offshore diver on the oil rigs and subsea inspector. And based on that solutions, I opened a company in Poland. So we started off a commercial diving, inspection of state crucial infrastructure like pipelines, like cables, installation of cables, and then offshore wind came. And this is something that we're contributing heavily, and it let us expand it. International clients came, and in the business we say that you are just as good as your clients let you be, and that actually proved that our skills, my previous experience, and the people are gathered with a similar background was crucial to the development of this business. So we start moving, and move from to another niche. So we became a vessel operator. At the moment, we purchased 4 vessels, and we operate in 4 vessels for support of the construction and inspection of the wind farms. We became UXO clearance company. So basically in Europe, the remains of World War II in terms of unexploded ordnances at sea are still a problem. It's still a big thing that we need to take under consideration when operating on the maritime area. So we did prove ourselves and the skills, and then the clients were pulling us into from our area of comfort and putting us into different assignments, and we are happy to comply.
That's fantastic, and I didn't know there was still such remnants there after World War II, but obviously the work you do is so critical and must be a real specialist area, especially with that deep sea diving and, as you say, all these new, every time you work on an industry, whether it's mining or rigs or oil, and then take that same technology and knowledge into offshore wind, you get smarter and better and more efficient every time.
Sure. Basically, the matter of professionalism is that you are able to do things that are seen as a dangerous in the very safe way. So basically, like offshore oil and gas industry developed a certain level of safety in the industry, become almost a religion within the oil and gas industry, and this complicated industry operating sometimes in extreme condition. We're providing a reasonably safe workplaces. It contributed heavily when the similar offshore wind industry developed, and we were using this knowledge, the pool of knowledge and the mechanisms that were developed in the oil and gas to use it and create the marine operations in the offshore wind industry based on that one, on the really highest level of safety. And that's something that really the synergy of this knowledge put a lot of good work because we didn't start from scratch.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure that there's a lot of Australian companies who want to talk to you about that. A lot of the, as you say, we're an island nation, so we've got so much water around us, so that needs more skills and more expertise that you offer, Chris. So thank you so much for coming out to the conference. Thanks so much for being part of the interview, and we look forward to seeing you back in Australia very soon.
Thank you. Looking forward to my next trip. I absolutely love the place and hope to be back soon. Thank you.
So, thank you, Chris.
Thanks.
Cheers. We're here with another one of the wonderful Polish delegation visitors, Adam Schlippy from CTEC Engineering. Adam, wonderful to meet you. How are you?
I'm great. I'm fascinated with this country. I'm first time in Australia, but I fell in love from the first day.
That's great to hear. Tell us about CTEC Engineering.
CTEC is a naval architecture office. We were established in 2003. That time it was a part of International Shipbuilding Group, a French-based group with 2 shipyards in France, 2 shipyards in Vietnam, in Nigeria, in Algeria. So it's big international shipbuilding group. In 2018, after 15 years, after management buyout, I became the major shareholder, and I lead the company for over 15 years myself as a CEO.
Fantastic. So that's such a great global footprint and experience. Very good, diverse markets as well.
Yeah, that's right. Frankly speaking, we are a Polish-based company. However, most of our clients are international companies, mostly European, but we cooperate with Asia and United States. We never had occasion to work for clients from Australia. Anyhow, I believe it's a very good opportunity being here to start something.
Well, that's a great segue. I was going to ask you, what's been your experience of the conference? Have you enjoyed it? Have you met some great people?
Yes. I'm quite surprised with this conference. You are a little bit late in comparison to Poland and Europe, so we can see how you develop your business from perspective of a little bit more experienced partners.
Yeah.
So I believe that we have a lot of opportunities here for cooperation.
Fantastic to hear, Adam. I think, as you say, that Australia, we're only beginning this opportunity with offshore wind, and there's only ways up to keep growing and to leverage that sort of experience and friendships and opportunities as well.
Yeah, that's right. So I believe that in several years you will build a fleet of vessels, of ships for operation on your field of offshore wind, and I would like to make some designs for you also.
Wow.
for the ships.
That's fantastic, and I'm sure Australian companies would love to collaborate with CTEC because, as you say, you've got great experience, and there's no need for Australians to reinvent the wheel. Just work with partnerships and really leverage your knowledge.
Yeah, that's the point. That's why we are here.
Right. Well, thank you, Adam. Great to speak to you. Congratulations. I'm so glad you loved Australia. We hope to see you back here again very soon.
Yeah, I'm sure I will come here for next year, the latest.
Wonderful. Thank you, Adam.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're here with Bart Swijalski from For Industry Engineering, part of the Polish trade delegation out here for the APAC Wind Energy Conference. Bart, wonderful to meet you. Thanks for joining us.
Also, thank you.
So Bart, tell us about For Industry Engineering.
So basically, we are a middle-sized Polish company, which has been established 2019 in difficult time of COVID. But that was a decision of the group of the friends with experience in the industry. We decided that we will go our own way and establish service company. Since then, we grow quite fast because at the moment we have 85 people on board, and we provide our service and product globally, mainly in Europe now. But you know, our clients, they are located in all around the world, so in US or Japan or Australia. So that's why I'm here, to meet those guys, to look for opportunity and share experience.
Great. Can you share some of the products? What are the type of engineering products?
Basically what we are doing, we are solving the problems and supports industry in general. So you know, in oil and gas, on the power market, on any other industries, you need that your system need to be drive, need to be lubricated, need to be cooled down, etc., etc., etc. And we provide this kind of solution. We provide this kind of system.
Yes.
We design it, we build it at our workshop, and after that we go on site, different places in the world, and we install those kind of systems.
Fantastic. Well, that's fascinating. What do you take? What's your takeaway from Australia? Because the conditions in Australia are quite rugged. There's a lot of challenges with obviously land and sea.
Yeah, so basically that's my first time here. We have only one reference project. We have sent a system dedicated for the waste to energy power plant to Australia some time ago. But nevertheless, the opportunity to be here, to meet the people, to have a chance to discuss, you never know what the future will bring.
Great. And in that regard, have you enjoyed the conference? Have you met some great people?
Yes, of course. I love. I spent like 3 days in Australia, and I totally love this place. The Melbourne is beautiful city. We have a chance to go drive a car or onto the coast, to the ocean. It's beautiful. I basically love it.
Well, that's great. It sounds like you're on the Great Ocean Road, which is, you can see so much opportunity for offshore wind, but you probably don't want to, not so much on the tourism, a bit further out. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Bart. Great to speak with you. Congratulations on your first visit. We hope to see you back in Australia many, many more times, and wish you great success.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bart.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you. We're here with Lucas Kneba from Technica Nova Baltica, one of the wonderful Polish companies here with the trade delegation. Lucas, tell us about your company and why you're here in Australia.
I represent company Technica Nova Baltica, which supports offshore wind project with technical advisory, quality assurance, quality control services. We support developers of offshore wind farms and tier 1 contractors, EPC contractor, in successful delivery of the project.
Fantastic. Well, I can see a massive need for that here in Australia. There's a lot of interest and appetite to really roll out that type of technology. What's been your sort of understanding or takeaways of where Australia is at in level of maturity for the type of offshore wind?
I think that here Australia is on the level that Poland were, I think, 5-6 years ago, and we see that lots of opportunities are here for European companies, but our attitude is, let's say, to develop a local supply chain to help transfer know-how to local companies, grow and enter to that business, and let's say, to help develop skills that's needed in workforce to meet specific offshore wind requirements, international standards and HSE standards.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I think that there's companies here in Australia who we've got no choice but to, I suppose, import that knowledge and do partnerships with companies like yours, because where there's great opportunities and knowledge in mining sectors, but when it comes to offshore wind, it's a whole new industry for Australia.
Yes, our company is exactly an example of the partnership, because Technika Nowa Baltica is Polish-German company.
Right.
When we joined our forces and, let's say, German experience and Polish skills and agility, developed very well company. And this is for sure what we are looking here for, partnership with local companies when we can, let's say, repeat the same story.
Fantastic. Have you had a great experience with the APAC conference here this week?
Yes, that is very good experience. I had the opportunity to meet fantastic people.
Yeah.
I feel really great here.
Wonderful. Well, I'm really glad you enjoyed the week here. We look forward to seeing you back here as well, Lucas, many more times. And congratulations on the work you're doing. I'm sure there's a lot of companies who will see this episode and want to reach out and tap into that expertise.
Yes, thank you for that. And for sure, we will come back, I think, in short periods of time.
Fantastic. Thank you, Lucas. Appreciate it. Thank you.